Y'all boys. I just got a text. She said it's over, bro. I ain't tripping, bro. We out to the club with it. I just got a text, now I'm single with it. Now I'm in the club throwing singles with it. I'ma whisper in the ear, shout it, you can get it. Talk to her like an interview in 60 minutes. Hey, I ain't friendly, but tonight we could parlay. You got baddies and the drinks in the mall way. I ain't friendly, but tonight we could parlay. You got baddies and the drinks in the mall way. Boy, I need something strong for the night too. Come to the section and I bet you get a vibe too. Treat you regular, I know you never mind too. I know you loving all the Instagram hype too. Know I'm me.
27. And people, young kids try to make me feel like that's old. I keep trying to tell y'all that's not old. When you get to be 20, first of all, we got friends that didn't even make it to 21. You feel me? You feel me? Rest in peace to them. We got friends that high school. I lost friends like was fresh out of high school. Like there's people that died didn't even make it to my age.
Yeah.
So and you got kids out here younger than me killing people and then losing their life to fucking jail. Like, bro, that shit not fun. And I always tell people the worst part, it's not about being in jail. The worst part about going to jail is the 2 hours it take to book you. Because that 2 hours of processing, getting fingerprinted, because they fingerprint all your fingertips, this part of your hand, and your whole palm. You feel me? So you there getting fingerprinted. Then you gotta go change clothes. Mind you, gotta get naked in a group of men, with a group of men. I mean, there's tarps separating you guys, but the guards are right there looking at you. You gotta get naked, bro. That shit is degrading. You gotta, if you gotta pull back, they tell you to pull your shit back. They tell you to squat and cough, bro. That's degrading as fuck, nigga. And then you gotta carry your mat rolled up to the dorm. It's just fucked up, bro. I did 2 months in federal lockup, but I went to 5 facilities within the span of 2 months.
That's ridiculous.
Bro, it's like, you ever heard of transatlantic? Everybody heard of transatlantic slave trade. And that, it's like that on a smaller scale.
I bet, bro. They just putting y'all in prisons to make the quotas.
Bro, listen, bro. They fucking... I was in FDC Miami for 2 weeks. Kodak was there. He was on the 13th floor. This one, I think he went to the shoot because he got into that fight, and he had to stay there until he was getting transferred out to his prison. I'm on the 8th floor, 8 West. Shout out to 8 West because I fucked with him. Like the boys looked out for me when I lost my laundry. Like niggas was donating clothes to me. I lost my laundry because I didn't tie the bag tight enough. I was there for 2 weeks. I get put on the bus, and when you're on that bus, they chain you by your wrists. The wrist cuffs are bound to another chain that's linked around your waist, and then you're bound by the ankles. Bro, you on the bus and you have to piss, and that bitch don't slow down either. She on the bus driving the hoe, she don't give a fuck. You gotta wait till that whole way to straightaway so you can go use the bathroom because it's a coach bus. It's like a Greyhound. So you know, we go up the road, we go to Orlando. I see in the penitentiary, bro. The penitentiaries are the scariest things you'll ever see, right? Because that's the maximum security shit. So they know we picking up people, we dropping off people. They showing me the lows, the mediums. They showing me the separate facility where they keep pedophiles. Bro, I was like, yo, that shit.
They gave you a tour of this shit?
Not even. I was on the bus, but the niggas who are on there already know what was good. You feel me? So them boys are telling me shit like, yeah, that's where the pedophiles be at. Like they have to have a whole separate dorm because they'll get fuck them up. Bruh. So it's like, so from Orlando, we finally get to Jacksonville. So we in Jacksonville for like half a night. They get us up. We go to Pensacola, pick some people up. They finally dropped me off at USP Atlanta. USP Atlanta was like some old time slave runaway place where if you ran away from your slave master, that's where they throw your ass, bro. The first thing I see when I get off the bus is a fat ass fucking rat. Damn, bro, I'm like, oh hell no, bro. The place is dirty. I got sick in there, bro. Yeah. I got sick in that shit. I was sick for like 3 days, and then I was there for like a week and a day, and then they transferred me out. So now from the bus now, my case is coming from Maryland. So I had to fucking get on a plane. Remember how I told you they bound you? I had to get on a plane like that. Nigga in the back of the plane having a seizure. I'm like, bro, stop having a seizure. Niggas want to get this over with. Like, so we delayed the flight. Wow. And when you're on the tarmac, it's wintertime. I got booked in December 2019. I have to go up north. Man, I'm on the fucking tarmac freezing my ass off. I'm shaking. They like, bro, why you shouting? I'm from Florida, bro. This is killer. You're on an airstrip between buses, planes.
Anything below 60, 70 is like not normal.
That's cold for us, bro. So I always tell people it's a bad experience, you feel me? But I say all that to say, mind you, I got the Chesapeake. That was the worst place. That's a 23-1. That's 23 hours lockdown with 1 hour out. It's a 23-1, but I didn't even go outside. I didn't care to go outside because I was so busy trying to get my lawyer to get me a detention hearing so I can leave this motherfucker. 3 days of detention hearings, I finally get permission to I get my authorization to be released. But it happened on a Friday, so I have to stay there for the weekend. But it's cool because now I'm happy. I know I'm leaving, and my cellie, he was in there for murder. He a blood, but he cool. He's like, you use my phone, but I gave him my pack number so he could make phone calls because after 7 I was done. So he could make his phone calls to his shorties, whatever. So it worked out. Me and him had like, you feel me? When he leaves to go do his shit, because he worked in the jailhouse, I would just, I would get the trays and shit for the food and all that. But, I said all that to say is that shit is not worth it. I didn't even harm a person. I didn't physically harm anybody. I'm literally down on a fraud charge. Niggas talking to me like, you here on fraud?
You taking out that money from the white man?
Bruh.
They was ready to throw the book at you.
Bruh, nah, the thing is they know a nigga like me. I was part of the operation, but I wasn't head of the operation. They know this shit. But they would treat me like I was.
So they hit you harder for information.
So it's like, after a while, after I finally got out, house arrest for 8 months, and that's after the 8 months, that's when I jumped on Clubhouse. And I started beating people. I finally left. You feel me? And now I'm out now. Like it's cool. But I have sentencing in August. But I've been out for 2 years and I'm playing. They just give me probation now because I have a pretrial officer. So I don't smoke. You feel me? All that shit because I don't want. I have to do random drug testing. Well, it's not random anymore. It's once a week. But it's fucked, bro.
Damn, bro.
That's just the bullshit of the system, bro. Like it's just fucked up. Like you can try so hard, even if it's. Even with all the obstacles that they give you, you just make just maybe one little slip up cost you everything. Bro.
Cost you everything, bro. And it's not even a violent crime, bro. I didn't put a gun to nobody's head. I didn't beat nobody up. I didn't threaten anybody, bro. I literally
moved some numbers around.
Not even. I was picking up boxes, bro. Picking up boxes with money in it. That's what I did.
Crazy.
And them crackers is treating me like I was out here strong-arming people.
With some shit.
You feel me? And like the prosecutor is a dickhead. Delaney, you're a dickhead. I think that's his last name. But he a dickhead. I don't fuck with him because I don't like his arrogance when he was talking to me. I feel like he a bitch-ass nigga. You feel me? Like, if I had a chance, I'd fuck his wife.
Shit,
I'd
boy,
fuck
that's
his wife,
just
bro.
fucked up, though. Like,
Yeah, the whole thing's fucked up, bro. I always try to tell black people we need to do better, bro. We need to start focusing on, like, trust me, I was there, bro. Like, you're talking, I'm wearing polo, I have Hugo Bosses on, I got a polo. You're talking to a person who loves material. We went to Miramar, so you know it's a fashion show.
It's a fashion thing for real. That's when I got my fashion notes when I went to
But after 9th grade, I was like, oh
hell no. You can't be no lame, bro. After this year, I'm not being no lame no more.
You can't be no lame no more. You need some drip.
Even if you had a drip, bro, niggas ain't know you, bro. It was just like, all right, that's nice.
But the drip gets respected. You feel me? So if you have the drip, you get respected. So it's like, we had those, it's like Miramar kind of brought that out in niggas and shit like that. But like I said, the school system fucked up because people don't explain the whole thing with people getting kicked out, right? I Googled it after I got out of school. I'm getting kicked out of Miramar was the best thing to happen to me. Because I got to experience certain things that people weren't experiencing because y'all was in school for them 6 to 8 hours dealing with that.
You was experiencing life.
I was out. Bro, I went to be right back as soon as I left, right? And you don't have to stay. You have to do at least an hour there. And then you can leave if you want. You sign yourself out. So nigga, I would go there, knock shit out in an hour, be gone, bro. It's like 11 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm just like, okay, fuck it, I'm out. So I jumped down the rabbit hole, bro. I jumped down this rabbit hole about Illuminati, about the music industry, society, government. So I find out. So this is how the kick out thing works, right? So at a certain point in the school, the beginning, like from August to like October, right? I think there's like an audit for schools.
Yeah.
On average, each student gets $700 each, so that way they have a desk and a textbook for them in the class. At a certain point, if you're removed from the school still receives the money, but the student isn't there. So what's that? Profit.
That's profit.
Mind you, he is kicking out like 300 people from each grade.
Because we had like almost 900 people in our 2013 class.
Yeah, y'all
and
got
then by the time our junior, maybe senior year,
it was
we
like
had
600, 500?
Yeah, 500, 600 kids, bro.
Bruh, it was like, and he kicked out a total of 2,000, 3,000 kids. If you would have looked at it, like, I was like, yo, this nigga has a list. He has a list of kids. Bro, one day I seen the list and I
got a hit list.
Bro, I don't know if you know Roosevelt. Remember Roosevelt?
Yeah.
I went outside, I was like, oh shit. And I was looking for my name, I couldn't find it. But I seen his name, and then sure enough, he got kicked out of school. So I was like, if your name on that list, you're getting kicked out. So, that's when Miramar, they won state. They kicked out all those kids. They got the card readers. Remember, they got the card readers. After they kicked the kids out, remember the card readers came, the cages came. I heard you guys had like finally like a renewed salad bar in the cafeteria, like all type of new shit.
Yeah,
and that's
menu.
That's from
shit.
kicking kids out, and the school's still receiving profits. And the thing is, this information is public, but they bank on people not going to look for it.
Yeah.
And that's what's wrong with black people and literacy across the board, whether it be financial or spiritual. You feel me? It doesn't matter. Like, we have this problem with trying to figure out what the truth is because we get comfortable. Everything is symbolism to us. Like, you know, like I said, the thing with the Benz and the shorty living inside of the hood, she got the Benz because it symbolized, oh, I got something.
Money, but your house don't speak for it.
It don't. And you feel me? Like, it's just, it don't make sense. It's okay. Like, I believe in delayed gratification. I learned that from Q1. I wish y'all gotta meet him. He good people. I fuck with him. But delayed gratification is what black people need to learn. We need to, like, put our urges to get this material shit early, when we can just get wealth early, and then by the time we this age, we sitting on top of shit, you know? Like, bro.
And we gotta put our money together.
Like, not saying it because they're white in the skin, they just have the foundation to
do it. Because this is not their land, but this is
their shit.
This is their shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's not their land, it's their shit.
It's their shit, though.
Yeah.
This their shit.
And so they can capitalize off of generations, their future generations. They can set up for their kids, just because,
bro,
you know, it was set up for them.
Man, white folk in it for the long game, and they understand that.
Yeah.
David Rockefeller had 7 heart transplants before he died.
Crazy.
He wanted to stay around. He had to make sure shit get done before he left.
Yeah, he was like, all right, I need shit to be set.
Set, right.
Like, even if shit goes left, it would still be according to the plan or whatever.
Yeah, because he set it in motion. He taught his kids what to do. And, you know, we're like the only, like, in my opinion, and from what I see, stats can prove it, we're like the only people who don't pass shit on. We spend the most money in America, but we make the least amount.
That's what, honestly, that always bothered me. It's not that it bothered me, like, it don't make sense, because that low-key makes perfect sense. We just don't hold on to it.
Not at all.
So we can get, like, if we get $1 million, we're going to spend $1 million.
Hey, that's what I be telling. Like, yo, you get $1 million, you should be living like you got $1 million. If I got you give me $1 million right now,
like
I'm going to buy a car. I'll buy a new car, right? But it's not going to be some brand new car, because I have my eyes on the Lexus GS300. But 04. Because, you know, it doesn't call for 93 octane gas. It doesn't come, like, those older cars don't come with GPS trackers in them. And those engines you can mod if you want. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's no engine cover on them. There's a cover, but it's not like the cover they put in new cars, where if you take it off, you void your warranty.
You void your warranty, and you might fuck up some.
You might fuck up some shit. So it's like, you know, like, it's like, I'd rather deal with that. I get that car, put some money into crypto, or whatever I know is gonna make me money, get some land, and, you know, just chill. And then people like, oh, I want to buy a house. Why you renting a house? Why you owning a house with no kids? You're not married.
Right.
Just get an apartment. You know what your rent gonna be every month, and if something break in your house, you don't gotta come out of pocket.
You say get an apartment, but bro, if you really sit down, look at this market nowadays, bro.
It's shit.
The house, the cost for an apartment, it's the same cost as renting a house. It's ridiculous.
Okay, I'd rent the house.
You'll rent the house
because if something still break, they have to fix it.
Yeah. It's got a landlord and everything.
Exactly.
But you still getting more bang for your buck. You feel me?
Because you're getting the land, you're getting more space, and you get the privacy.
All that.
I would do that too. It's just, you know, it's kind of hard. And the thing is, I always say I want roommates, but it's like everybody wanna. Man, even my own homeboys, I have to ask my dog. I was like, bro, let's rent a crib together. My dog talking about something, because I want to walk around the house naked. I'm like, bro, really?
Not really. Nah, that's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
See, that's the thing. I hate when people be saying that shit, because, and realistically, as a nigga who did live on his own and shit like that, a lot of people have not lived on their own. So when they say shit like that, it's more of a want than an actual
necessity.
When I was living at grandma's house, I was not walking around the house naked, nigga.
Nobody does that, bro.
I
say people don't do it, but it's not like you already normalized to wear clothes, even if it's just boxers. You still gonna just walk around the house and
boxers. And I said, man, if you went in the mirror while you was in the locker room, niggas was like that anyway.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be at your house cooking bacon nude. That's all I gotta say.
That's what I'm right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, nigga, we trying to move. We trying to have some level of independence. But now, I mean, you know, if you can save some money, save some money. You know, I live with my dad, but I don't have to, apparently. But the court ordered that I live with him, where he's my third-party custodian. But, you know, you're right. It probably would be better if you had the money to rent a house, so you have that space and that privacy. Yeah. But it's like, bro.
But we still got to work towards ownership at the end of the day.
Definitely.
Because black people, we don't own much in this land. And I've seen some, like, big entertainers right now, people with money, they trying to go out. They trying to go out and, you know, buy football teams now and shit. They can't do it because some white boy telling them, oh, nah. we not into that type of thing.
And I'm not mad at them white boys for saying that, bro. Instead of trying to sit at their table, bro, make your own fucking table.
That's hard to go against that table. You feel me? Like
you don't. It's not. See, that's the thing. It's not going against the table. This is why.
It's just setting your table. You going to a restaurant and there's a bunch of tables in there. You feel me? It's the same thing.
That's
the restaurant can fit all our tables
like,
in there.
Okay, this is my this is where it ties into like segregation shit, right?
Right.
I'm not saying stay the fuck over there and don't come over here.
Yeah, we just saying that.
Just saying,
give me a chance to set my table.
Yeah,
bro.
let us do our thing over here, and yes, we might not agree, but for the people that do agree, we're gonna continue doing our things over there. And once we get situated, then maybe we can integrate or come up with ideas or whatever the fuck. Yeah. But as far as like black people, when I say segregation, white people can't. Not saying they can't, but they can't tell us our true history. Shit like that. They can't.
It's a bunch of shit. They try to lay on us. It's fucked up.
It's just a bunch of shit. And I'm just like even if we don't know everything, just us being around each other would help us be in a better environment than people who's teaching us lies and shit like that.
And that's another thing. That's another thing, bro.
We'll be teaching each other instead of trying to get that outside influence.
And especially, the thing is, I used to be so against the Bible back in the day, right? I used to be so against the Bible back in the day, but now after like having somebody break it down to me, like it's a group called IUIC, right? And everything that we're going through now was actually in the Bible, and they pointed out to you. They use historical context to show you what the truth is. And I'm not saying be a Christian because I'm not Christian. Modern day Christianity is they read a sentence out of the Bible and then talk about it for 2 hours.
They use it to promote slavery, bro. It's crazy.
I'm like, y'all tripping, but the slave Bible was the Bible where they took a bunch of stuff out, where it made you submissive. But if you take the Bible as a whole, right? So you have Deuteronomy, which specifically talks about black people. It says you'll be taken from your homeland captive by ships, by way of ship. Name one person, name the one race of people that you know off the top of your head that were taken from their home on a ship. Us. Nobody else. Nobody else. So how could you sit there and deny it? But my thing is, I don't like modern Christianity because they don't teach you about the Bible. They just talk about it. It's like they'll say something but don't teach you nothing about it.
That was deep.
And there's some shit in the Bible, bro. You have to like literally let IUIC. I love them. Shout out to IUIC. Them boys really open my eyes because I'm not trying to promote Christianity. I'm just trying to promote knowledge and wisdom and understanding amongst my people. And so once we start to grasp certain truths, we start to move differently. That's why I learned to let go of the material shit. Like I haven't bought clothes in a long time because I just focus on work. I got 2 jobs now. And I was a person that said I'm against 2 jobs, but I got 2 jobs because it keep me from wanting to spend money on shit that I don't need to spend money on. Yeah. I take up my time. And so it's a lot of shit. Like it's so much, bro, that we can bust down.
You gotta put me onto that because I remember. I don't know if you remember, but I asked you. This is turning to like the conspiracy and just like.
We can talk about all that. Yeah, conspiracies, all that.
I was like, bruh. Obviously, you're more knowledgeable, but I was just like, why is it like the people who know this information that aren't part of the agenda, why they don't do anything? And I think your response was something like something like you can't control everything, and sometimes you gotta let shit happen, or something along those lines.
Wait. So it's like this, right? There's people who know. The people who know usually ain't us. You know what I'm saying? There's a group of like elderly people. When you watch those movies and there's always those old people who know everything. Yeah. Every race has that old wise person, right? So they don't say anything because it's prophesied to happen anyway. So you have things like I said, slavery was prophesied. That was bound to happen. See, if people don't understand that, it was nothing that was going to stop it. Right. So that's why I tell people, it's like, okay, it happened. Just be thankful that we weren't living in it, or we're not conscious of it. You know what I'm saying? We're like living in these times right now. What year were you born? 95. What year were you born? 93. Okay, see, we're millennials. What they call Gen X or Z? One of them. One of them, right? So we are like the last. We grew up in a time of transition. Remember, we were born in a time where computers weren't being used. When we got to school, second, third grade, we were using CCC.
Right.
You remember that shit?
That's when computers
on the
like
Apple
just...
computers, yeah, and they gave it to us, and they wanted us to use the computer to learn. We was on CCC and Fairway. So you used to have to do CCC, and you go on there, you doing math, you doing reading, you doing language, all that shit, you know what I'm saying? So that's when, I felt like back that time, that's when they really cared about us, you know? But after things went on, you start to realize, you know, this shit don't make no sense.